one of the things I see time and time again is that there are many successful businesses out there waiting to happen. And what's stopping them is a little thing. More often than not, it's having a system. I see businesses quite often that are going from crisis to crisis to crisis. And it can be a simple thing, and maybe it's quite obviously the owner's personality would be one of the big ones. But what they do is they have this crisis, and then they move on to the next crisis, and all the time it comes back to the fact that they haven't put a system in place. One of the obvious ones is employees and paying them. If you have a system in place where the pays are done up till a Monday or Tuesday or whenever, and then a couple of days later they're paid, the people are paid, the system works. It's where you leave everything up to the last minute, and most probably the owner of the business, the difficulty is that he's not prepared to let go and let his other staff handle it, that you move from crisis to crisis to crisis. And one of the things I think is most important in business is whatever you do, whether you're a one-man show or whether you've got 100 employees, is that you have systems in place to virtually deal with anything. And if something doesn't work and there is a crisis, fix the crisis, but then also fix the system so that that crisis doesn't keep happening. And the last thing is, it fascinates me the number of people that run around, they're out of control and they're in a crisis situation all the time. And what we need to do to be successful in our business and in our life is balance things out. Now that doesn't mean to say you balance them out time-wise, it doesn't mean to say you balance them out money-wise. What it does mean to say is you balance them out so that you feel comfortable with each area of your life. And when someone says to me, I work every night, I go home and take work home with me, that doesn't tell me that they're doing a good job. That doesn't tell me that they're smart. What that tells me is that they're disorganised, because if you've got to be taking work home, if all the time you're under pressure, it's because you're not working smart. You might be putting in the hours, but that doesn't mean to say that you're most cost effective. And one of the things that comes up time and time again is a simple thing like bookkeeping. Why would you work at a job where you earn $50, $80, $100 an hour, $200 an hour, and you make big money? Why would you be at home at 8 o'clock at night doing the books, or having your wife do the books, when you can get it done for $50 an hour? Makes no sense. All it does is take time away from you balancing your life. And so what I'm saying is that if you're in business, let's start structuring so that you can have a whole life and not be under this constant pressure all the time of having to work 24 hours a day. And if you say to people, I work 24 hours a day, or I take work home each night, or if your wife is saying, my husband's working tonight, I haven't got, all that is saying is not that you're doing a good job, all it's saying is that you're disorganised.